Alright, so today we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE, which is one of Samsung's most recent tablets. It's got some really great specs, and as far as Android tablets go, I do think that it's one of the best so far. In today's video, we finally got our hands on it, so let's take a look. Now, the Galaxy Tab S7 FE comes in several versions, and we have the Wi-Fi model here with us. Now, when it comes to tablets, I think it's fair to say that Apple has pretty much dominated a majority of the high-end tablet market, and given that they're constantly pumping out new iPads regularly, says a lot about the success of their devices. With that said, there are only a select few Android manufacturers willing to pour money and resources into developing premium consumer tablets. Now, I think that Samsung's tablets are as premium as they come, but they're of course on the expensive side of things. This is where a device like the Tab S7 FE comes in. It carries over a lot of the features that make the Samsung Galaxy S tablets great, albeit at slightly lower prices. Now, if you are interested in this tablet, I will drop some links below, and with all that said, let's get started. Now, the tablet comes in some nice looking packaging from Samsung. Opening the box, you get the Galaxy Tab S7 FE, as well as the S Pen, a charger, a USB-C charging cable, a pin for the microSD card tray, and some paperwork. All in all, it's a nice package, and you get pretty much everything you need to get started with your tablet. The S7 FE comes in an all aluminum body, which really feels premium, and the build quality is really solid on this one. It comes in a bunch of different colors, and as you can see here, we have the Mystic Green version with us. The front of the tablet houses the TFT screen with some pretty minimal bezels. I would have preferred an OLED display, but given the price, it's obvious that Samsung had to make some cutbacks. You get an 8-megapixel camera on the back of the tablet and a 5-megapixel shooter on the front. You also get AKG-tuned dual speakers on the opposite edges of the tablet. There's also a microSD card slot, but unfortunately there's no headphone jack on this device. Alright, so let's go over the spec sheet real quickly for this one. The S7 FE features a 12.4-inch display with a 1600 by 2560 pixel resolution. You can get the tablet either with a Snapdragon 750G chipset for the 5G version or a Snapdragon 778G chipset for the Wi-Fi variant. There's also a choice of 64 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM for the base model, or you can upgrade to get 120 gigs of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM, or 256 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. And this whole setup runs on a pretty large 10,000 mAh battery. Now, Samsung has designed this tablet with a focus on productivity, and this is more obvious with the addition of the S Pen. For students, artists, and people going about their daily jobs and businesses, this is a nice tool, and I've had a lot of fun with the S Pen so far. You can also use it to scroll through the UI and tap on display elements in addition to its writing and artistic uses. This goes nicely with the large display, which makes for some pretty effective multitasking. You can simultaneously open apps in split screen and even adjust the display size of the apps that you're using. If you really want to go all out with the productivity aspect of the tablet, you can also get an additional keyboard cover for the device, which houses a magnetic holster for the S Pen, and the cover itself connects to the S7 FE via the docking port. Once connected, it's pretty responsive, and typing documents and notes on your tablet becomes a seamless experience. There's barely any lag or delay, which is nice. And if you add in Samsung DeX, you've got a good device which can serve as an additional backup workstation. Of course, the tablet also works great for media consumption and entertainment. While you only get a TFT display, colors look nice on the tablet, and the resolution makes it great for reading or other visual media. The speakers sound decent as well when watching or listening to content. Now, with this being a Samsung branded device, it runs on Samsung's One UI, which is pretty much on every single Samsung smart device out there. Underneath the hood, the tablet runs Android 11, but once you hit the home screen, it's obvious that Samsung has customized nearly every visual aspect of the user interface to work with their ecosystem. In addition to the Play Store and other Google service apps, you get Samsung's own App Store, Samsung's own internet browser, Samsung's own Note app, and so on. You can disable some of these apps, but unfortunately One UI won't let you uninstall all of them. So you're stuck with a bunch of duplicate apps unless you decide to root your device and uninstall them by that method. It's not all that bad though, as One UI offers a ton of visual customization options, which can be fun to play around with. There's also some additional OS features which aren't usually found on stock Android. Performance-wise, the Galaxy Tab S7 FE does a decent job. The Snapdragon chip does enough to make sure that you get a good user experience. Scrolling through the UI and multitasking is generally smooth, although there's a couple of hiccups sometimes due to One UI. Overall though, the tablet isn't a stuttery mess, and it's pleasantly good as far as device usage goes. You can of course play games on the tablet. Graphically intensive games will run, but don't expect performance on par with devices on more powerful Snapdragon chipsets. Battery life is pretty impressive. The 10,000 mAh battery can get you through a day with moderate to heavy usage, and more casual tablet users can probably squeeze a few more days before needing to recharge. The mid-range chipset and low refresh rate on the display help a lot when it comes to battery life. It does take a while to charge though. Camera performance is so-and-so. you can maybe use the tablet for video calls and such. But like I said in another video, I'd rather use my phone for taking photos and videos instead of a tablet. Alright, so in closing, the Tab 7 FE gets a lot of things right. A nice resolution display, sturdy build quality, good battery life, and decent performance add a lot of value to this device. The S Pen and keyboard cover likewise are great additions for people looking to add a bit of productivity to their usage. However, if you're after a more powerful tablet, then you'll have to spend a bit more to get the performance you want. On the other hand, if you're after a great value Android tablet at a reasonable price, then you should definitely check out the Galaxy Tab S7 FE. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.